I'm not broke. I'm not broke. Oh, I'm broke! Wait, I'm not broke? Let's talk about it. People online always have opinions. They think they know what my life is really like. All these rumors going around. But in reality, they don't know because I haven't been sharing it with anyone. So today I wanted to give everyone a little sneak peek in my life, a quick update, show everyone what I've been up to, show a little tour of my place, and most importantly, show you a $2 million art piece that I'm potentially investing in. Everything is made out of gold. The outside is gold, the inside is gold, every single detail is gold. So let's get into it. Got one. I used to live and breathe YouTube, and I still do, but it all looks just a little bit different. I'm still running channels, I'm still creating videos, but all of it a little bit more behind the scenes. So let's start at the beginning. The last time that everyone saw me and heard of me was when I was doing YouTube every single day. But ladies and gentlemen, please understand that I was absolutely done. I was exhausted. I needed a break. So I did. And in my spare time, in my break, in the time that I didn't upload YouTube videos, which was like 2 years, 3 years, I started Blue. And Blue started off as a little fun project, but very quickly grew into a massive part of the business. Blue's currently at around 3 million subscribers, a virtual influencer that is very AI heavy. And if you're curious, Blue is making money because Blue is getting a lot of views. Blue is actually doing what I did for so many years, but this time I can take a holiday. Blue runs without me. But that's not all. That's not all that I've been working on. First of all, I've been doing a lot of speaking opportunities. I've been traveling all around the world, talking about social media, talking about influencers and AI, and just talking about AI and innovation in general. But hold up, because we're not even halfway there. The main company that I run, which I'm CEO of, is called JVDB Studios, Jordi van den Bussche Studios. It's my name, it's my company. We currently have about 80 employees all over the world, and we work on all of these projects that I just mentioned and a bunch of other stuff. Some really cool things that we're doing right now is for companies, for brands, for agencies, and for creators. We are building custom AI solutions and even more cool stuff. There's so much stuff that I've been working on that I work on daily. It's too much to mention in one single video. A few more things that I also deeply enjoy, which I've been working on, is real estate. Real estate investing, purchasing properties, renovating the properties, splitting the properties into multiple apartments, really building homes, building houses, building extra houses here in the Netherlands. There's not enough homes here, so let's build more homes, is what we've been working on. And one really fun one, I think all of them are really fun in all honesty. One of the coolest things I'm investing in is art. Check this one out, for example. This is an art piece by Cause. It is a bear break 1000%, which refers to the size. I bought this quite some time ago, and since then, yeah, it's been standing here collecting dust. Drake has a song together with Meek Mill, and in that song he flexes about a lot of Murakamis in a hallway. So I had to get a lot of Murakamis too. This is Takashi Murakami, a beautiful artist. Just look at this. I had to hang them up in, my hallway too. And then we got these two, both by Cause, again, the same artist as the one from the figurine. I'm just a massive fan. Speaking of art, there's currently a $2 million art piece waiting for me in Switzerland. We're gonna go and check it out. We're potentially going to buy it and invest into it. So yeah, let's just go to Switzerland right now. Let's go and check it out. It's in a super secure location. So I'm curious if we're even allowed to film there. Let's go. And we're here. One of the safest places on Earth, Volcambi. And by the way, this is insane that we're even allowed to film here. I just feel nervous walking around here because there is security literally everywhere. Ooh, careful. Well, I've got news. Before we went to Switzerland, we had to send a bunch of information to this facility. They did background checks on us, and as far as I know, we were approved. So we flew over to Switzerland, stayed in a beautiful hotel, and then the next morning we drove to the refinery. We drove to Valcambi. At first, things looked great. We got to the location, we were welcomed, they did even more security checks on us. But very quickly did we realize that they were a little bit scared of all the camera equipment that we brought. So after we shot everything, they took us apart in a little room. They threw us in there and they went through all the footage that we shot there and they made us delete half of it. This facility is so insanely secure that I'm now sitting here and I'm gonna explain a few things that we unfortunately had to delete. So when we arrived on the location and we entered the building, we were greeted by a lot of security guards. So then finally, after waiting for over 30 minutes in this room and having to take off our jackets, having to put all our belongings into lockers, we were finally picked up by someone. This lady, who works here, by the way, took us past way more security checks, through a lot of different doors that would only open one after another. There were cameras everywhere tracking our every move, and we walked through this underground maze that I can only describe as extremely confusing. At this point, while I was completely disoriented and I had no idea if the sun was still shining outside, we arrived at an intersection. We were only allowed to go one direction into this intersection and not check out the other direction. So we went there. We stood there in front of yet another security checkpoint with security guards underground, and we kept on walking, walked down even more stairs, where we finally arrived at what I can only describe as one of the coolest and largest vault doors that I have ever seen in my life. Just picture one of those typical doors that is super thick that you have to like turn open like this, followed by even more doors. We rang a doorbell and one of the security guards walked up to us, opened the door and welcomed us into this vault. Well, you might be wondering, why is this place so secure? Well, this is why. This place right here stores a lot of tons of gold, which is equal to, just a lot of elephants. Just picture a lot of elephants. This is just one pallet of gold, and surrounding us, there is gold everywhere. As I get older, I wanted to diversify my worth and I wanted to invest my money. But I also learned pretty fast that, a lot of assets can go up and down in value very quickly. Some assets can actually make you lose a lot of money, sometimes within minutes. This concept is called volatility. It's when the value of an asset varies a lot in a short period of time. And as I get older, I wanted to have less volatility because it can be quite stressful to me. And I started realizing how important stability has become to me. I don't want something that I have to check before and after I go to bed. But, something that helps me sleep better at night. I think with gold, I found exactly that, as it has been a relatively stable asset in the past. The gold that you see there is 999.9 gold. It is as raw as it gets. It doesn't get more gold than that. And that was just the gold that we could quickly scout and see in that area, in that vault. There was so much more stored in the vault of this refinery. It is absolutely insane how much gold there was. Rika, why has gold held its value across centuries and cultures?
So gold has been a store of value for over centuries, and it got its value because of its scarcity. Gold is very scarce. If we would put all the gold that is mined in the world together, it would fit in a 22 by 22 by 22 cube. That equals the size of an Olympic swimming pool. Gold also does not have a counterparty, which means that it's not issued by the government or banks. So it's independent. And yes, that's why it always has been a source of value.
What makes gold different from other assets that people store?
Something else that is very unique about gold is that it cannot be printed. You cannot print more gold. What's also very interesting about gold is that it usually behaves different than other assets. So it can be a good diversification in your portfolio.
What gives people confidence that gold is what it claims to be?
People trust gold because it has physical properties like its weight, the density, and its purity. And it can be tested and verified. And investment gold is typically refined till 999.9 gold, 24 karat gold.
And can you explain to me and the viewers, what is gold's role in the current economy?
Currently, gold acts as a stabilizer. There's a lot of uncertainty going on around the world. We see geopolitical risk, inflation, rising debt levels, trade wars, import tariffs, everything. And people tend to lose trust in systems. So they lose trust in the government, in companies, and they are looking for an independent source of value. And that's why people tend to move to gold.
Now you're probably thinking, where is the art piece that you have been talking about? Well, it's right over here. This is the birth of value. Everything is made out of gold. The outside is gold, the inside is gold, every single detail is gold. What you're looking at is fully gold. 12.281 kilograms of 999.9 gold. Everything is gold. That is around 400 troy ounces of solid perfection. It is extremely rare to see something like this. A solid gold sculpture of this scale is almost unheard of. As far as we know, there's only 2 larger golden sculptures in the entire world. So this is the 3rd largest golden sculpture to exist on this planet. How was the gold refined to extreme purity?
We used our electrochemical processes that we normally use to bring gold to a purity of 999.9 per thousand.
Why is crafting a solid gold artwork at this scale so rare? And what makes crafting gold art so different from bars and coins?
Because normally pouring metal into such a large mold creates cavities, making it difficult for the surfaces to be continuous. It's not something we usually do in Valciambi.
The golden egg represents origin, potential, and protection. And it rests as an organic base that symbolizes creativity and transformation. It's a design inspired by 17th century Dutch goldsmithing, created by art historian and designer Lily Ann de Zeeuw. This sculpture is worth roughly $2 million. And how would I ever buy a $2 million gold statue? Well, to be honest, I wasn't planning on buying the whole thing. And that actually brings me to the most interesting part about this piece. This artwork isn't owned by just one person. It's shared. And that's not unique to this sculpture. This is actually how GoldRepublic's platform works. You buy real physical gold, even starting with just 1 gram, and it's stored in a high security vault, fully documented and recorded as yours. So people all around the world can co-own this sculpture together. So if you're interested in co-owning this masterpiece, check out goldrepublic.com/birth-of-value to learn how to place your bid right now until it's auctioned off on the 29th. For me, this isn't just about owning gold. It's about what it represents, creativity-wise, potential-wise, transformation-wise. For me, it's about the idea that real value should be something that we can share. There was just something special about seeing so much money physically in front of you. Now, I can't tell you if this is right for you, and I encourage you to do your own research. However, if you're curious how this all works, and if you're curious how you can start owning gold, real gold yourself, even if it's just 1 gram, you can check it out at goldrepublic.com/birth-of-value. The link is gonna be in the description, so you can check it out and see how it works. So this is what I've been up to for the past few years. I've not been sitting still. It's not like I haven't been doing anything. No, I'm moving. We're back to YouTube. We're making amazing videos. We're on to some really fun adventures. So if you're enjoying these videos, please drop a like. Once again, a massive shout out to GoldRepublic for sponsoring this crazy adventure. Go and check them out. The link is in the video description.